communicator.
My name is Gavin Van Tonder. I was the previous president of ITRON, a global water technology company. I've been based in 13 countries. I think I've worked with thousands of water utilities, both very, very good ones and ones that really need help around the world. I actually have been working with Aguas de Valencia for more than 10 years. I've seen them start out with a basic network and move to smart metering and develop the first software that I've actually seen that made any sense to me as far as identification of issues around water. So with that background and seeing what CATIM has developed over the last year or so, I saw this digital platform being able to help really those utilities that need help. I've worked with utilities in Africa, India, Mexico, Brazil that really struggle, and they struggle from two areas. One is visibility and the other one is transparency. They just don't have the visibility of their networks. They don't know what's going on in their networks. And I think this digital platform will help them get to a point where they can start to take action and reduce the non-revenue water in their area. So, and the main reason I joined them is that I could see that they're out there to help the world with getting visibility into the networks. And now I'm head of NEOM Water, which is a new region that we're developing out in Saudi Arabia. And I can see how this software will help us as well, not for an existing network, but as we design out the networks, being able to test the networks with a digital platform. So it has many, many benefits, but I really bought into all of them. As a previous technology company, we produced amazing amount of data, but no one ever used the data. A lot of smart meters out there, and everyone just uses them for invoicing. And all that information was not really utilized, and that's often because they don't have the tools to utilize them, and they don't have the experience and the exposure to utilize that. But I'd have to come back to what has been said by Dragan, is that unless the CEO of the water utility buys into this, nothing happens. We've tried with many, many technologies, and unless right from the top the CEO says, okay, we're going to do this, assigns a program or a project manager to digitalization, it's not going to happen. That transformation won't happen unless it comes right from the top. There'll be no traction. So that investment in people is really, really important. The other issue that faces the heads, the CEOs, is this drive towards using and having to budget for CapEx and not budgeting for OpEx. A lot of the regulators out there still look at CapEx, and they don't allow people to put OpEx in place over and above what they have before. And if you're going to become digital and you're going to be utilizing software in a cloud, you need to be able to spend more on OpEx. And regulators need to start allowing that as well. And then the tools have to be easy to use. The more complex we make the tools, people just won't end up utilizing it. So, I mean, those are the essential aspects from our perspective. The most important thing is non-revenue water, actually. The world is running out of water, and if 30% of it is being lost before it gets to the tap, that's where the first immediate saving can come from. And you see a lot of pressure on water utilities with a focus on non-revenue water now. The second one that affects us I guess at the top level is the political pressure from the Sustainable Development Goals. Achieving the Sustainable Development Goals, we have KPIs on that now, and we have to achieve that, and that's what the CEOs are getting a lot of pressure from today. And then I'd have to agree, the rapidly changing climate events, the strange climate that's happening is a key issue for ensuring that drought doesn't affect the utilities. And then last one for me is the pollution of natural resources. Wastewater not going into the sea or into the rivers and not being treated and not being recycled and not having a circular economy in water. Those are the key issues.